All right, guys, this is Brad Panovich in the First Warren Storm Center, the home edition. Kind of an interesting setup that we've got going on here as we go into the upcoming weekend. What you're looking at here is the 120-hour forecast from the GFS model, and this basically is showing essentially what looks to be like some snow that could be moving into our region as we go into the upcoming weekend. So this could be a very interesting setup, basically for when we go into, I would say, the next 24 to 36 hours. We're looking at this area right here in the middle of your screen right now. This area basically from the Piedmont of North Carolina into the mountains. That purple line there you see, that's actually what we call the 540 line. That is essentially what we're looking at for where the rain snow line sets up. So all of this stuff north and west of that purple line would actually be snow across the Piedmont and into the mountains. And here's another indication of that. What you're looking at here basically is a snow track accumulated forecast. This is all snow that would be accumulated from southeast Texas through central Louisiana into central Mississippi and then up into the North Carolina mountains. To give you a little closer look at that, what you're seeing here, we'll pan this out a little bit. Right there in the middle of your screen, that is basically 4 to 6 inches in the Smokies. You get up into the Boone area, you're talking about possibly, let's see, 3 to 4 inches if you look down here at the bottom of your screen. And then right here across Charlotte where you see pink, that's about maybe a dusting to an inch. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. I don't know if that's going to pan out yet, but this is an interesting setup for Saturday morning. Another thing we look at pretty closely here is what I call the buff kit, which you're looking at in the middle of your screen. This is kind of a complicated looking thing, but this is a 3D rendering of what the atmosphere looks like from the GFS model. The bottom of your screen where the brown is, that's the ground. This is up to 25 to 30,000 feet up at the top. You can see the scale here. The red line is the 2-meter temperature, so you can see today where the white line is. If you correspond that with the timeline at the bottom, we should be about 59 degrees, and right now it's about 58. Temperature goes down tonight, back up on Wednesday with the big storm, and then look at this steady cool down. And by Saturday morning, these bars you see, this is rain when they're green. When it's dark green, it means it's convective or thunderstorms. And then you get into the pink, or sometimes you get these orange, that's ice pellets or sleet or snow, and then you get into the blue and that's snow. So an indication, about an inch of snow forecasted from the buff kit model. So kind of an interesting little setup as we go into the upcoming weekend. This is Saturday morning again that we're looking at. We'll go back here. I'll put this into motion. You can see where the system starts. Down here in South Texas, the system is set up right there in deep South Texas. And again, that purple line's the rain snow line. Anything north of there, you would anticipate wet snow or all snow. The system moves up, redevelops on the coast, and we get a deformation zone that sets up right there. So right now, if you look down at the bottom of your screen, that is, let me zoom this in for you. You'll see that this is essentially the precipitation forecast for Saturday morning. Again, that would be a couple inches of snow across the foothills, maybe an inch in Charlotte, and then up into the North Carolina mountains. So something to keep an eye on as we go into the upcoming weekend. Of course, we'll keep you up to date here in the First Warren Storm Center, plus keep you updated on Twitter as we go closer and closer to the weekend. Again, it's a long time out. I don't want to jump on anything, but just a little heads up, kind of an interesting pattern setting up. Easily tonight or tomorrow, the next model run, this could go away, but I do like this pattern. This is a pretty typical El Nino pattern. You get these big lows that form down in Texas. They move across the Gulf Coast and then up the East Coast. If you have the cold air, you definitely can get some storm systems. We'll talk to you later, but just a FYI for possible Charlotte snow. You heard it here first.